It's Malachi Church versus State. You know, I made a prophecy in 2014 about the death of Billy Graham and about the time that it would be. Now, my years were wrong, but the timeline was right. I was just starting to do videos in regards to religious subjects. But during that time, and it's a lot of things sometimes God tells me, he doesn't say exactly boom, 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 boom. He just says, if this happens. The same thing with this. It was like he was telling me there was a great leader that was going to die. And he gave me the name Billy Graham. Right? But that was only part of it. See, there was another great leader that died exactly during the timeline of 2014 when I posted this original video. And that was the guy from Shepherd's Chapel. Died exactly when I said he would die. I think it was shortly after the Super Bowl and before the Winter Olympics. Well, I said the same thing about Billy Graham. I said to people, I said, you need to watch because the lifting of the veil would take place when God took Billy Graham. It would start soon, shortly after that. And this has happened. My statement was that it would be either prior to the Super Bowl, which obviously didn't happen. It'd be within a 3-week. Back then, Super Bowl was at a little later date than it was this time. But the statement was that he would die. All the stuff would happen before the end of the Winter Olympics, is what I'm trying to say. Because the Super Bowl is usually a week prior to the Winter Olympics, and the Winter Olympics is usually only a week long. So I said within a 3-week time, and I'll put the video below. And the old video I did was kind of drawn out with the whole concept of Super Bowl. And of course, at that time, the Seahawks were in, and that's where I live, is Seattle. So I was probably overstepping my bounds. Well, I know I was, because I wasn't correct on that. But I did know that I was feeling something, and I did hear the name Billy Graham. It's just that it was not the right time. It was not the right year. It was 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, come on, 4 years ago. I'm always ahead of my time, but anyways, I digress. But I'm going to just tell you all, people, what I heard from the Lord telling me, and I don't say this all the time. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever said that when I say from the Lord, but I'm saying it now. That back then, my heart was heavy, big time, saying when Billy Graham passes, the lifting of the veil will be, it's going to be lifted. We're going to be exposed, you know. We're going to be not under the covering of Christ, so to speak. As so many people misrepresent the old long hair theory. Anyways, I know I said I'd only do one more video after my last one. I sure hope to God that the real reason why I was only going to do one more video does not happen. But with the death of Billy Graham, there comes another death, and that will be the next video that I do. And that will be it. And because I think God's taking out. I had a good friend of mine die the other day. Great guy, great drummer. We sat and talked, me and his wife and some of his friends, and before he died, and trying to understand why he had a cancer that nobody could find and nobody could figure out. And I said to him, I said, look, I said, God's going to take some of his favorites. He doesn't want them to have to go through what's coming next. So I know that doesn't sound as nice, you know, as comforting as some people want to hear, but I was actually kind of shocked that his wife and the family said, you know, we've said the same thing to him, that God's going to take the ones that he wants first, because he didn't want them to go through this tribulation that's going to happen upon the earth. So, and with that being said, there's a few other people I know that are very close to me that I'm pretty sure God doesn't want to go through the tribulation as well. So therefore, he will be taking them soon too. So if you got loved ones that love God and they're a little weak-hearted, don't think that God's not going to take them. And I'm not talking about no rapture either. We're not going to be raptured out. Sorry, people. That ain't going to happen. But God will take those who he wants to take when he wants to take them. But the death of Billy Graham, just let you know, and I'm doing this video not only to say that clear my conscience, I guess, is because I did this video in 2014. And so many years go by and I'm thinking, well, nothing's happening. Well, blah, blah, blah. And then I get up in the morning, I see the new Billy Graham's died, and I'm thinking, well, it's still the Winter Olympics. I know I said something about this, so I'm reposting this. Whether people want to listen to me or not, I care less. I make my statements as I make my statements. I made this prophecy a long time ago. I told you to look, to keep your eye open. When you saw this happen, pay attention. Pay really close attention. Because things are about to get, as they say, real. And you better get your crap together. You better repent and be baptized. So go hug your kids, call your parents, go see a neighbor, repent and be baptized. This is Malachi signing out. I haven't even had coffee. I just got up. Anyways, signing out. My next video will be obviously the last one I'm ever going to do, because I don't think I'll even be able to do videos after that one. That's how hardcore that one's going to be. But like I said, 2014, I said if you saw Billy Graham pass away within a 3-week period, that was a little bit prior to the Super Bowl, the week in between the Super Bowl, and the week of Super Bowl and the Winter Olympics, and the week of the Winter Olympics. I even said the Winter Olympics, and guess what? The Winter Olympics only come around, what, every 2 years or something like that? So, anyways, Malachi signing out. Get ready.